Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. DrAce's weekly challenges are upon us once again, and we're going to be at the Daytona International Speedway on board the MV Agusta F4 EM. So yes, we are here in the Daytona International Speedway. You're about as shocked as I am, to be honest with you. It is well documented that I am not a fan of this track, and that is because of, well, 50% of the track is a oval, and you can't really do much in an oval, but still, I thought I'd put things to bed and I would finally let bygones be bygones and give this track a proper testing. And how else better not to do it than right here in the DrAce's weekly challenges. Now I can honestly say I actually quite liked this one. I found it difficult. I've definitely found it difficult because this track is hard. It's not something I'm used to. There's a lot of corners that I had to try and work out how to brake in, especially this particular corner. This caught me off guard until I realised how I'm supposed to navigate that corner correctly. But I can honestly say I'm really impressed with this one, actually. I enjoyed this one. I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this one too. It's different to what we have been doing recently. Of course, changed things up last week with the KTM 390. I think it was. The little, the little small KTM bike. I really enjoyed that one as well. But I'm hoping this one's going to be good. Hopefully everyone's got the DLC. I do believe some of you will have DLC on different platforms. But ultimately, we'll all have roughly the same amount of bikes, because this is not a DLC bike. This is your bog standard MV Agusta F4 EM, which can be just bought off the store. I do not believe that it is part of any DLC pack, but of course Daytona was the free pack, so everyone should be able to compete here today. I do believe the Ulster GP track has dropped probably by the time this video is launched, so expect to see a video of that this week. And the first lap time today is a 1:32.803. That isn't going to beat the lap time of a 1:32.5, I think it was, for us to beat. I actually forgot halfway through that session. I used a medium compound for about 2 or 3 laps in, and I decided to change things up. It's a difficult one, this one, because I'm not that familiar with this track, but I really enjoyed this one. It was definitely a learning curve for me. I'm guessing it'll be very similar to each other, and using the endurance modified bikes because they're absolutely awesome anyway. And this particular section of corners is fantastic. I really like this particular section. Not so much this next part, and of course not the oval. Certainly not a fan of that one, but you want to be braking wider here and not carrying as much speed, because you do end up going wide for turn 6. Be very careful going into turn 7 there. There is a drop that once you get into that drop, if you're wheeling a bit too much, or if you're tucking in too much, you'll just crash straight into that little bit of a drop. Absolute pain in the bottom corner, that is. It's a bit of a pain, let me tell you. Braking wider here, going over the rumble strip if you want to. You don't get penalised for that one, so it's quite alright. Keep pushing forward, and then of course it is onto the oval, but the oval actually offers quite a bit of a challenge. I was tucking in and just gently coming off the throttle every now and again, and just slowly flicking the left analog stick to make sure this bike was pointing the direction we wanted to go. But this is going to be a good lap. I don't think we're going to be improving too much, but hopefully it'll be sufficient to beat the time, and it is a 1:32.703. So we still need to go one better than that one, or quite a bit more. I think the time was a 1:32.4, 1:32.5. We need to improve upon that, so already improving into turn 1. As you can see, the previous lap we were a lot wider, and even this time we were tighter, but we still ended up accelerating a little bit too early. You do have to be careful with the acceleration on board this MV Agusta, because it does like to wheelie. I had a few corners where I just couldn't keep the front end down, and I was still fighting in it towards the next corner. Braking into here, lovely right hander here, be gentle, drop it down to about 65 miles per hour if you need to, and then finally you can navigate that corner a little bit better. You can navigate around 70, but 65 probably a little bit easier. Braking wider for turn 6. As you can see, compared to the Ghost, look how much time we save there. Be careful of that drop so much. I'll not stress that enough. That little bit of a drop into the road there is a bloody bugger. And that is also a bugger because we go wide here and then give ourselves an invalid lap time. So that is how easy it is to invalidate your lap time here. So be careful not to touch any of the off-track surfaces. So whether it be the grass, the sand, anything, try and avoid it, and you will get invalidated. A little bit wide there as well, probably would have been invalidated again. But I was in a bit of a zone, and I always say to you, just because it's invalid does not mean you should just end the lap already. Continue to push forward and maybe try a little bit of a difference. So where you wouldn't accelerate very much because you don't want to invalidate the lap, push a little bit further ahead and see if you can push the boundaries of the motorcycle. That's what I tend to do to really give myself a little bit more momentum and a bit more confidence going in, because this lap time would be at 1:32.4, so that would have been sufficient, or near enough too. So bear that in mind. We do have the ability to do it. Matter of putting it all together. Downshifting quite a lot there, sliding the rear into turn 1. Much better on the straight exit there, opposed to sliding the rear too much and accelerating too much. Pay attention to the acceleration in the bottom right hand corner of your screen if you want to learn and understand how much acceleration is actually being used to make sure the wheelie doesn't occur. And as you can see, it's bopping all over the place, and the bike still wants to wheelie here in the motorcycle road course of International Raceway Speedway, or whatever it's called. It's just a bit of a tongue twister. Just wanted to make sure you realised it was the motorcycle road course and not any of the other variants. Braking wider for turn 6, and nice and gentle down to about 60 miles per hour before we enter that corner. Watch out for the drop here. See that slide there? It is that easy to lose the front there. Really, really easy to do so. Shout out to the ambulance on the right. Hold it into left there. Avoid the cones. Make sure you use those cones as a guide to help you get around those corners, just like the rumble strips do the same. Get ready to straighten up here. Now, when you see those sort of cones, as they start to buffer in on the screen, use that as a bit of a guide to then brake into that corner there. I found that was perfect every single time. Every time those cones start to appear in view, then you can start braking. Lovely acceleration here. Look how smooth that acceleration is on the right hand corner of your screen there. Get ready to push forward. I could probably accelerate a little bit earlier there and gain a couple of tenths, but this lap time should be more than sufficient of beating the world record, and it's going to be a 1:32.1. The world record is now in my hands, but can we do one better? I'm going to continue onwards instead of restarting. I know I should restart really because the tyre is looking a bit warm. I'm using the soft front and the medium rear, but we'll continue. I'm eager to see what we can do here. I'll probably give it 5 laps. I like to do around 5 laps to make it fair for everyone. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting here doing quite long lap times. Of course, I'll still get beaten by the likes of Meerkat, Fuchs, Sergio, XXIII, or LunarLuka, I guess. He's got so many aliases. And quite a good couple of other people. But going into turn 5, much better this time. Turn 6 coming up now. Braking gentle. Look at the front end. It is very hot now. It's in fuego. Careful of the drop here for the right hand side. Use the rumble strip as a guide. Get ready to accelerate and get ready to brake after the rumble strip here. Braking left. A little bit gentle on the acceleration. Push forwards. Front end is screaming now. Front end is screaming so much. It'll get a little bit cooler as we go around to this corner. Look out for them cones in the left there. Perfect. Get ready to flick it right over the rumble strip. Going over the rumble strip does not invalidate your lap time, so you can abuse that as much as you want. We're looking great so far. This could be our first lap into the 1:31s. We're up by 0.2 of a second. This could be fan-dabby-dozy for us all here. I'm liking this one so far. You cannot be this close to a 1:31 without getting into the 1:31s. Use everything you've got at this MV Agusta. Get me the 1:31s. Let's see what the lap time's going to be. It's going to be a 1:30.1736. Beautiful lap time. I'll definitely take that. All 3 sectors were my best of the entire performance. I probably could have continued, but unfortunately I had other videos to make. So for the time being, a 1:31.736 will suffice. So guys, that is the challenge. Over onto you guys, MV Agusta F4EM, Motorcycle Road Course of Daytona. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.